Love light. This is Shamanic Awad Priestess here, and I am literally. It's really early in the morning. It's about 5:30 in the morning, so I had to turn on my overhead light. My son is getting dressed. His bus comes at 6:30. I've been up since 5, getting ready, doing my face and everything for my morning readings today, because Fridays I do daytime readings and evening classes, and Sunday I do evening readings and daytime classes. Okay, so today's video, I wanted to talk about working decks, my work decks. I have 12 of them. I did a video already about how I am, always doing readings and things of that nature, and I even did the math, and basically, it's a full-time job. Full-time meaning 40 hours or more. So I'm not going to break it down again. Rituals, all the good stuff. So because I'm always constantly reading for others, I read for others more than I read for myself. I do have decks that are basically personal decks, and I'm gonna do another video to show that as well, because I love collection videos, but I decided to break my collection into parts. So the first part of this series was my Right Away Smith collection, even though I've recently added new ones, and yeah, so I might make an updated version with my newest decks. I don't know yet, but basically most of my Right Away Smith decks are in that video. I'll try to link that original part 1 video in the description box of my video. So this is episode 2, which is gonna deal with working decks. Which decks are the ones that I read for clients? Again, because I read so much, my decks get a lot of wear and tear. I used to solely just read with one tarot deck. At the time, I didn't know there was so much other options to tarot. And then I discovered Tarot Tube and found out there was other options, and I went into this whole like buying different decks and seeing which ones work for me. I am somebody who really appreciates flip throughs, walkthroughs. I know some people don't like them because they feel like it's kind of like consumerism, but there are certain channels that I do watch unboxings of that I feel are genuine reviewers. A Soul's Journey is one of them. I love her channel. Like the Witch's Tarot, I got it because of her. The Arcana Tarot playing cards I got because of her, and things of that nature. And there's like a lot of decks that I'll watch in a walkthrough, and I don't get them. I just appreciate watching them. So for those of you guys that do deck reviews and unboxing videos, like, I want to tell you that I personally appreciate you. I love watching Katie Flowers' channel. Shout out to Katie Flowers. She tends to be very honest. I feel genuine when she does reviews, just like I feel Soul Journey is as well, amongst other content creators. So I appreciate walkthroughs and reviews of decks, and I make up my own mind. If I buy something because I don't want to miss out, I take full responsibility for that. So with that being said, I like to rotate my decks. Every month I have a new deck that I work with. These 12 decks have been decks I've been working with for years. They're my true OG decks, with a few exceptions because I've recently added some new ones. And these decks, I just, like I said, I read with them on a consistent basis for 30 days. I'll do client readings with them and things of that nature. Even though I have oracle decks and things like that, either cartomancy or tarot is really what I read my clients with. Like, I'll use just tarot for the whole reading. I might pull an oracle card here and there, but pretty much my tarot decks I use for all types of readings or playing cards. So any spiritual investigation, spirit guide messages, psychic readings, all the things, I tend to use the same tarot deck or deck of playing cards. Okay, so I'm going to show you my 12 tarot with with 3 honorable mentions, because these I read for the whole month, but there's like 3 decks that sometimes I tend to be drawn to for like mediumship readings, so I do want to give those decks a shout out as well. But these are my basically for all the readings that I do, general readings, psychic readings, all the things. So yeah, so in January of 2021, I was very drawn to the plaid backs. So this is the deck that I used for January. It's just your plaid backs, Rider-Waite Smith deck. I felt very drawn to work with this deck. I love the coloration of it, and it just feels like a January deck to me, like a winter deck to me. It is one of my favorite versions of Rider-Waite Smith. Definitely a deck I had to learn to love, because the first time I ever got it, I was like, ugh. And ever since they incorporated in the newer editions Pamela Coleman Smith original handwriting, I find that I'm drawn to the deck. The backs do not bother me at all. A lot of people hate the plaid backs and all that. I don't. So, and I keep it in this blue pouch, and basically read with it for most of the month of January of 2021, and quite enjoyed that. So that's the Rider-Waite Smith plaid backs. And then in February, I felt drawn to this, the Universal Weight. It is the deck, the first time I ever seen Rider-Waite Smith. Love her handwriting on it. It is drawn by somebody else and colored by somebody else, so it's more of like a modern, more fresh, crisp look. And I remember when I was 25 years old, it was the first time I was exposed to this deck. And also when I got a professional reading on a hotline. I didn't even know that was a thing. And that's when I discovered you could work on a hotline. The reader that did the reading was like, you should do this for a living. Like, you literally are psychic and so on and so forth. So I went and applied to work for the very hotline that I was a former client to, and everything took off from there. So this was like my introduction to the world of tarot, because before that I read water, as I said many times before, and regular playing cards. That was the form of divination I was exposed to, and I grew up around. And I don't know, like, I love the RWS. So this was the deck I used in February of 2021. During the spring months, so around March, I was really drawn to this deck. I've been having this deck for a while. I did find this deck again through TarotTube. I cannot remember the channel. These are the backs, and this is your True Heart Intuitive Tarot. Okay, I was reading myself with it yesterday, so it's not in order like the other decks, but I love this deck. It is very inclusive, lots of diversity. It was created by the African-American actress in The Craft. She is actually a real witch. Okay, and this deck, when I saw the walkthrough of it, I felt instantly drawn to it. I felt my third eye chakra just pulsating. It feels very spring to me, very colorful, very full of life. And literally just had to get it, and I ordered it, and I have not regretted it. It's a little bigger than a normal standard side tarot deck, but again, I love it. It gets me wonderful readings. I instantly connected with it, and it completely changed my mind on modern decks, because this one, even though it has some Rider-Waite Smith clone-ish, it also has its own take on the cards and things like that. So like I said, I completely love it, really appreciate this deck, and look forward to working with it more. It just was the deck that I kept going back to in the spring, and I've been using it recently for some just personal readings and things of that nature. Look how beautiful. Yeah, so it's gorge. And this is the True Intuitive Tarot. Some people don't like the cardstock. I like thinner cardstock, so it does kind of hurt a little bit. You do have to break in the cards for me because it's very thick, but it is shuffleable. And you know, like it's big for the, it's big on the hands too. So and I have like issues with my hands, like medical issues with my hands, so that's another reason why I can't do the super thick. This is like my cutoff point in thickness, because again, I could still rifle shuffle the cards, so that's what I care about. I do rifle shuffle my cards, but I don't bridge them. Like I see people bridging them, and I don't do that. I just rifle shuffle. All right, so that is the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. I use that a lot in the month of March, and then April, May-ish. So it's the Pastel. I got this from to make playing cards. It's literally, I think, called the Pastel Tarot, the Pastel RWS Smith deck, and I love it. This is also has some inclusion. The creator kind of created different skin tones. I love the pastel colors. I'm very drawn to this on my birthday month, which is April. I love working with this one for client readings, and I love the cardstock. Have to say, this is like one of my favorite cardstocks. So, and again, these are the gorgeous backs of the cards, and I loved working with it in the month of April. So spring, yeah. And I keep the True Heart in this red pouch here. Again, see how big it is? Like it barely fits in the bag. And then the Pastel, I have it in this, it doesn't look like it, but this is like a light, like a pastel purple. Yeah, so again, love. So then we have the next decks. This is the Herbal Tarot. I love the backs. This is my May deck. I was really drawn to this deck in May of this year. Love it. Used it for specialized readings, regular readings, just all types of readings. This does have some racial diversity, like there are some Asian archetypes and things like that, and some darker skin tones. But yeah, I love the softness of the colors. I love herbs. This replaced the Herb Crafters Tarot, which I never did bond with and ended up giving away. This filled the boxes for me because I love herbs. Everybody knows I highly work with La Madama and my native spirits, and they are very much into herbalism and our spirits of herbs and earth and all those things. So I love it. So yes, and this is the herbs, the Herbal Tarot, and you can get it on Amazon. I don't have the box, so I think that's the name of this deck. And again, look at the gorgeous backs. I keep it in a green bag. All my tarot bags are the same bags in different colors. They all have selenite crystals in it. Yeah, so I'm just that type of person. And next, for the month of June, there we go, loved this deck. I got from Tarot Collectibles. Okay, these are the backs, and this is your Groovy, this is your Trip and Wait. This deck also has some racial diversity as well. I'm just gonna pull the first cards and things like that. There we go. But yeah, this deck does have, you know, some racial diversity. Some of the court cards are changed, things like that. But it's a good one. I used it a lot in summer. It just feels very summery because of the colors and things of that nature. Again, this is the back of the cards, and absolutely a winner. Love this deck. Next one is your Groovy weight. This one I was very connected to and worked with mostly in the month of July. This also has different skin tones and things like that. I love the coloration. These decks from Tarot Collectibles just really feel summery to me. This is also another one of my favorite cardstocks. Completely love it. It is just gorgeous. I love all the light froze, different skin tones, the colors in the background. It's just really funky. It is definitely one of my favorites. I'm always showing it because I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, and that is your, oh, I love this Justice card too. This is your Groovy weight. Oh, look at that, Hanged Man. Love it. And then this is the Death card. One more. And this is your Temperance. Wait, the Devil. Let's look at the Devil. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Oh, look at that Tower. Oh, and I think the Three of Swords is like one of my favorite. Three of Swords. Yeah, look at this. Look at this Three of Swords. Look at this Three of Swords, okay? Alright, so that's your Groovy weight. And I keep it in my purple bag. And again, loved it for the month of July. So definitely love using that in the summer. And those two decks, the Groovy and the Tripping Weight, are from Tarot Collectibles. This one was my August deck. And it's the Albino. Been working with it for years as well. I love this coloration. This is a very good, for me, like autumny, summery, this bright colors. It's a funky deck. Love it. Definitely love working with this one. I don't know. I just love the coloration of this deck. It is gorgeous. Just, yeah. And these are the backs of the Albino weight. I don't know why this looks so dark. Okay, the Albino weight. And yep. So that one is the Albino weight. I keep it in this black pouch. Try not to make this video too long because I know myself, when videos are too long, you know. Okay. All right. June, July, June. This deck is the Silvercraft Tarot, and I love it. It is the current deck I'm working with right now in the month of September. Have been having it for years. This is my second copy. I stopped using it because I didn't want to mess up the gilding in the original copy, so I ended up purchasing a second copy. And this reads for me well, even though this also strays from Rider-Waite-Smith in certain circumstances. I don't care. Like, it is just a beautiful, the coloration, it does have, it is inclusive, it's just gorgeous. The cardstock is perfect for me. It's thin enough where I could rifle shuffle. It's very elemental and earthy, and I love it. And it has one of my favorite backs, and again, it's just a beautiful deck. Like look at the colors. Look at the colors. Like, what else? Love the Seven of Chalice. Gorgeous. And this is one of my favorite Three of Swords. I don't know, like, I just love it. So it is. I love this Two of Cups as well. Love this Two of Cups. Okay, so yeah, it's a beautiful deck. It's a beautiful deck. I love this Nine of Wands as well. So yeah, it reads well for me. Show you the Emperor. Okay, so it's very colorful. It's gorgeous. Very drawn to it in autumny months. And yeah, these are the backs, and this is your Silvercraft Tarot. I think because the gilding used to be silver on the sides, it's no longer coming gilded, so I'm glad I have the original one. But yeah, I love it. This is the deck that I took my new pictures for my website with because I'm obsessed with it. So definitely has become, I had loved rediscovering it, and has definitely become a favorite again. I don't know if that happens to you guys. Like, you'll stop using a deck and then you rediscover it and you're like, why did I stop using this deck? Yeah, it's like you rediscover like an old fave, you know. So I love that. And then, and I keep it usually on this black pouch when I'm not reading with it, for October. And I've already did some test readings with this one this month, so definitely this is going to stay in my work decks. I did a lot of readings with this one and I love it. Test readings for people that don't know, all that good stuff, and very accurate for me. This is the backs. This is also by far one of my favorite backs. Yes, this is a keeper. I have not put the deck in order because I've been doing readings with it. I love it. The cardstock is a little too thin. Like, it's a little thinner than I like. But it just means that someday I'm gonna have to get like a second copy. I'm trying not to get, it's coming out so glary. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, it's beautiful. There is some racial diversity in this one as well. I wish there was more, but it is a beautiful deck. This is the deck that I bought. I saw it on Soul Journey's channel, and she was talking about how a lot of people don't talk about it anymore. I didn't even know this deck existed. Look at the Ace of Cups. Like, it's gorgeous. I love it, and I just feel very drawn to working with this one this spring. I mean, this fall. So I am very, very, very excited. And yeah. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. And one more. Yeah. So there's, oh my goodness, there's the, I think it's the Eight of, look at the Three of Swords. Look at this. Like, I love it. There's, I think, my favorite Eight of Cups is in here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Where, oh my goodness, look at the Nine of Swords. It's gorgeous. The Nine of Pentacles, which is, like I told you, the High Priestess, the Nine of Pentacles are the cards I always look for. One of my favorites in that too, but I'm trying to find the High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles are my jam. One of the most beautiful death cards. Look at the coloration on this set. Oh. Where are you? Oh, look at the Eight of Cups. Look at the Eight of Cups. Okay, enough said. And that is your Witch's Tarot. Love it. I'm so grateful for Tarot too, because I got to discover this beauty through Soul's journey, and I am so grateful for that. I think I'm going to do the honorable mentions with the other decks on another video. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do the last two. This one is going to be for November. It just feels like November because of the oranges in this one. And this is the original tarot. I love it. Also am in love with the backs of the cards of this deck as well. Love the High Priestess. It just has a very nice, like I said, it just feels like November, autumny as well to me, just because of all the oranges and things like that. And in November, you know, a lot of plant life is dead, and so I feel like that's a very muted time of the year, and things of that nature. So, and this is the deck back that I keep it in. And last but not least, number 12 is the one and only that I want to work with in the month of December. Okay, and I worked a lot with it this summer too. Tarot Illuminati. Okay, love this deck. It has a racial inclusion. It's colorful. It's bright. It just feels Christmassy to me. Very festive. Very woo party time. And I just love this deck. It is gorge. It is gorge. I love it. It isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I love it. And that is deck number 12. So that concludes. This is the backs. Okay, my top 12 working decks that I use the most this year, because I've used all these decks throughout the year. When I say mostly, it means most of the time, but I do switch back and forth, and some of these decks I've been using for years for personal readings. So these are my top 12, my 12 working decks. These are the ones that I love, that I'm going to use throughout the year, and maybe the next consecutive years, who knows. But I'm interested. Let's have a discussion in the comment section. Let me know which ones are your workhorse decks. If you want to work with me on a one-on-one basis, shamanic@wackpriestess.com. And episode 3, whenever I record it, is basically going to be my personal decks with some honorable mentions. Okay, much love, much light, much blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Until the next video, bye.